Welcome back to this live session for the first day of the trading week, traders. After the NFP, ready for another big trading week here. As first two session was pretty volatile, and we have seen the market has made its move here back below as expected, has done the pullback, and now the market is again heading back to the upside. We can see there is another bullish trend started on gold. This is another live session with all of you guys, starting another live session looking at the market for possible trading opportunity here in this market. So let's begin. Guys, ready for the entry or any trade setup? Before we go to the any trade setup, I would like to see that all members are here. If you guys are here, say yes. And I believe that the live is visible. You guys can hear and see me. Can you say yes in the live chat that you can hear me? Welcome back to this live session. Are you guys ready for another big week? Now after the NFP, we can see the market started to bounce here of this level. This is the daily chart, and we can see, as expected, after retest of this previous resistance turn support, there is a sharp bounce back to the upside here in this market. So that being said, here is what we can see the market. This is where series of higher low, and with this series of higher low, what we can see the market has made its move back to the upside here. This is pretty important bullish market here at the moment, and what we can see the market in this bullish market structure, the price is heading back to the upside here. If we look at the bigger picture in this market, we can see that this is a long-term bull market, and in this long-term bull market we can see the price is maintaining that uptrending market structure, which is pretty long bull candle bullish market structure. So before we look for any entry, the first step here for us to see that, as with the new market opening, with the new market structure here in this market, expecting that the price potentially started to, which way in fact it is heading at the moment. That's what we're looking at in this market, which way the market is heading here. So guys, if you look at the bigger picture here, as I mentioned earlier, what we are looking at from the monthly, that we can see this is the monthly price action where there is a monthly impulse. We will be looking for the complete multi-time frame analysis before we look for any trade setup this session. As if you guys looked at the past week, many of you were in this live session, we have maintained almost, not almost, 100% win. We had past week 6 trades in our session, not many, all of them winner. This is what we need. Now you may not win all the trade, but this is how the strategy works. You guys have seen that in this live session we have traded in that way. Now at the moment, what we are looking at here in this market, let's look at the bigger picture here in this market. This is the bigger picture perspective here. What we can see from the intraday, it's a bull market. So let's look at the market structure here, how the price is potentially be doing here in this market. So looking at, first of all, bigger picture, looking at the monthly chart to see overall direction in this market. Now I'm going to do a complete multiple time frame analysis to trade the market to see where the price is heading here. Now from the multiple time frame perspective here on gold, we can see that from the monthly chart, this is the monthly price action where here is the monthly impulse that you can see, pretty strong impulse followed by this pullback, and you can see another impulse followed by pullback, and the market is in another impulsive phase here in this market. So that being said, what we can see, the price is maintaining this bullish market structure where the price is creating series of higher high and higher low, which is bull market, which is a bull market. And in that bull market, what we are looking at here is that the price to potentially bounce back to the upside here. So bigger picture, as there is a new monthly price open, there is a new monthly candle where we can see the price started to bounce back to the upside here, as it is currently in an all-time high. What we can expect here for the price to potentially come down for a pullback and then to trend back again to the major direction of the trend. Now looking at weekly, if we look at the weekly price section here, we can see that from the weekly perspective, this is the weekly market structure where there is a weekly impulse from this level. With this weekly impulsive move back to the upside here, we can see the market is again trending in the major direction here. What we are looking at here in this market, from this weekly bullish price action this week, the market again has got that bounce back to the upside here. Now, as with the new weekly opening, that's a very interesting music. As with the new weekly opening, we could see that the market is maintaining that bull market, maintaining that bullish market structure, where you can see the price is going to the upside here from the weekly, from this support level, maintaining that upside movement. What we could see, the price to continue to trend here to the upside to create a new higher high in this market. Now, if we look at the daily chart that we can see here from the daily perspective, this is the daily price action where dropping down to the lower time frame. This is the key of the analysis. Before opening any trade, guys, the first step is to look for the analysis, because without analysis, you even don't know you should be buying or selling, right? A very important trading decisions, not a few important trading decision a trader need to make is directional bias, right? Which way the market be heading, which way the market be going. That's one of the most important decision a trader need to make. Which way the market going to go, either gonna go buy or sell. This is the first step that you need to look at when you're looking at the market, either bullish or bearish. Once we see the market is maintaining that bull market, maintaining that structure, then once we can find the directional bias, once we can see that the market is trending and we know the directional bias, we know that either this market to buy or sell, the second step for us is to look for a market where there is a price action confirmation, because we want to see that directionally we are right. We know that it's going in one direction, okay, going to go long or short. The second step is to look for that entry. That means when the price action confirmation is showing that there is a potential entry here in this market. So that being said, looking at the 4-hour chart here, that we can see on the intraday perspective from the 4-hour chart, this is the gold price action where there is an intraday trend here in this market, where if you look at the 4-hour chart here, now we are dropping down the intraday time frame where the market is trending. So if you look at here, what do you see? That this market is in a bullish trend, right? So an impulse correction, another impulse deeper correction, another impulse break of structure. So whenever the market is maintaining that breakup structure. We are seeing that the market is in a position where you can look for possible entry. Now here is, if you look at the 4 hour, what did you see? That with the market open early and narrow red candle is the past 2 weeks. Now this 2 week, once the market in the first 2 sessions, we saw that there was a dodgy formation. That means that pullback here in this market. Now after this pullback, boom, there is a strong break back to the upside to the major direction of the trend, which is a sign that there is a trend continuation, right? So we got the directional bias here because it is still maintaining that series of higher high and higher low, which is in an uptrending market structure, right? Now that in an uptrending market structure, if we look at, we can see that there is a trend continuation. The market has managed to cross back to the upside here with one single momentum, which is currently the price is crossing that high. Okay, so we can see the market is now maintaining that bull market. So we found a potential directional bias here in this market where there is a high area of value. Now looking at the very lower time frame, if you look at the 15-minute chart here, guys, we can see sudden breakout. So sudden breakout is very important to look at. If you look at here, you can see from this support level, there is a sudden breakout, a complete impulse to the upside. Okay, a sudden breakout, and that breakout is important, that you can see the market has maintained that impulse to the upside, and with this sudden breakout, the market has made its move, and with this move here, that you can see a single bounce back to the upside, expecting that this market to potentially trend here to this support level and then to return back again to the upside to create a new higher high in this market. Now here is what we can see on the lower time frame. This is currently on the 15 minutes showing that potentially bullish market structure, and in that bull market we can expect the price to potentially trend back here to this support level and then to return again potentially to the major direction of the trend. And with that uptrend, as the market managed to break to the upside, we will be now waiting for the price to come back here to this session's low. From the 1 hour, we see a couple of levels that we can look at for this session to look for potential entry in this market. So these are some of the levels that we might be able to find potential entry after this pullback here in this market. Are you guys ready for an entry? 5 minutes price action. This is a sharp breakout. We'll be waiting for breakdown from the local breakdown. That's where we are looking for an entry in this market. Welcome back to this live session. Thank you. Gold at 3600, another new all-time high. Yeah, that you can see this is every new high is an all-time high because the market is in pretty sharp uptrend here, and every high is an all-time high in this market. So that's what you can see, the market is maintaining that uptrending market structure, where if you look at from this support, an impulse correction, impulse expecting that deeper correction in this market. And that's what we are looking at in this market, for this price to potentially come back here to this support level to create a new higher high in this market. So that being said here, guys, looking at the lower time frame, this is the 15 minutes price action, 5 minutes price action, lower time frame that are expecting the market to come back here to this support level and then to rebut again back to the upside to the major direction of the trend. From the 1 hour chart here, that you can see this is the lower time frame market structure here in this area. and where there is a 1 hour 10 EMA and also a support level. And what we can see that with this 1 hour 10 EMA, which is an important area of value, and in that important area of value, if you look at that's where would like to see that we have 34 minutes for this candle to close. Any pullback below this level in this session until the London session close, we can look for possible entry. That's our current level. Do you have any opinion or idea that you can share in the chat? Looking at here, calendar. Now you can see that this is calendar here, and we're looking at later. This week, after the NFP, we can see that this is the first day of trading week. Today and tomorrow, there isn't much high impact news, but still there is a very high probability of high volatility in the market because of the volume that came during the NFPs is still in the market. And that's what we need, right? We need a market that is trending, and we can see the market is in that area where there is a trend here. And if you look at this market, we can see the market is in trend. So trend is your friend, right? As long as you are trading. They said that in old school, trend is your friend until it bends in the end. What about after the bend? Is still we need to look for the trend, right? So trend is your friend as long as you are trading. If it bends, then you need to bend yourself, right? Because if it is an uptrend and it bends, that we cannot look for uptrend anymore. We need to look for downtrend, isn't it? So that's also one of the biggest reason the trading is hard. Is not that trader don't understand the strategy. It's not that trader doesn't know the technical analysis. Many traders knows a lot, but difficult in banding, right? Because the market sentiment can change at any point of time, and you need to bend to the will of the market, right? It's not about us, it's about the market. Most traders try to impose their will in the market, but the smart trader are those who align their will with the market. That's the difference, right? So how the market goes, we have to follow along regardless of what is our opinion about the market. And that's the secret of becoming a successful trader, because successful trader in fact doesn't have any opinion. The only thing what others traders are thinking, and based on that they make their trading decision. And that's the best way to trade, right? Because when you are trading, you are basically doing a transaction with the people on the other side of the market. And that's the key. So that being said, here is what we are looking at in this market on gold. If you look at the 1 hour, you can see there's a pretty sharp breakout today. Trend is up. So we are still looking for trading opportunity to the upside here. And that's what past weeks we have won all trades. This week we are looking for the same way. Okay, anything can happen in trading, but you guys have seen that our accuracy, how it has gone up, and it keep going up. Everything is possible as long as you are dedicated as a trader. What's your view on gold today? Do you think that it's gonna reverse? Because anything can happen, or it's gonna continue to rise back to the upside. I'm going to post a poll here. What's your view on gold today? I have posted 2 important Q&A, and I posted the poll here. Share your thought and opinion here, guys. What's your view on gold here? So you see that there is a pretty sharp breakout upside here from this support level, expecting that the market to trend back below to this support before we look for any upside or downside move here in this market. As can you cast a vote to see? I see that so far all bullish. Anyone bearish? If you look at from here, you can see that there is a one single move back to the upside here and expecting that pullback, and then again return back to the upside here to the major direction of the trend. That's what we're looking at here in this market. Looking at here for this potential upside, we can see the market managed to break to the upside. You could see that potentially a deeper pullback, and with this pullback expecting the market to come back here to retest this previous resistance as support, and then to continue to trend here to create a new higher high in this market. We're looking at here, looking at the pretty sharp bullish market structure that we can see, and in that bull market we can see the market is maintaining that uptrending market structure. And in that uptrend, what we are looking at here, this is the 1 minute chart, and we can see pretty sharp breakout which is showing that strength in the trend. So if you look at this 1 minute price action, we can see there is a pretty sharp trend in this market, and with that trend what we can expect the market continue to rise back to the upside here to create a new higher high. So any break from the structure from the 5 minutes, also you can see that it's maintaining that stronger uptrending market structure, and in that uptrend what we can expect here for the price to potentially pull back here to this support level, and then to bounce back again to the upside to create a new higher high in this market. Here is a move in that market, and with this movement, pretty sharp breakout, expecting that pullback, and then return again to the upside here to create a new higher high in this market. This is where the 1 hour and the lower time frame support level that we might see the market to possibly revert again back to the upside here to create a new higher high in this market. So that being said, here on the lower time frame that we are looking at in this market to break from the structure, and with this break of structure, what we are looking at here, the market to drop back to any of this key support level and then to revert again to the major direction of the trend. So that's the simplest way to trade the market, is to look for an important key level and then to trend in the major direction. Good morning, bullish. What I have been seeing that gold like to push back or retest the previous all-time highs. Good morning, welcome. Beyond euro dollar, yeah, euro dollar also we'll be looking at. Thanks for the compliment. Now what we are looking at, gold is another new all-time high. Bullish, I have seen the gold like to push back or retest the previous all-time high. Now looking for the market that you guys can see here. Now this is where, this is a pretty important zone here. Okay, now one of the very important interesting factor when you look at a market trading in an all-time high, any instrument, if you guys look at, not only gold, can be applied to any currency pair, euro dollar, British pound, US dollar. In any instrument, when you look at a market trading in an all-time high, we could see that the market behave very unpredictably. That means that you could see sudden very strong breakout or sudden very strong breakdown. That's a very common practice, because there is one reason for this, is when the market trade in an all-time high, there is no reference level for the sellers or buyers to follow until it creates a new one. This is a very important aspect of trading. You will see that more often. So when you look at a market such as this one here, when it is in an all-time high, let's say in a higher high, better to wait for the market to break directly to the key level, because it may wildly go back to the upside without any proper pullback, or it may directly come back to the support level or in level without proper pullback. So the best way to trade when the market in an all-time high in this kind of situation is first let it create a new high, because it will never always keep going up. At some point the buyers will give up, they will start to take profit, and whenever they will start to take profit, the buyers, there will be sudden breakdown. More often you will see that it happens, and you could see that it happens over and over again in the market. And because of the new level, the buyers might hesitate to go long further, because if there was any level in the past when the buyers taking profit, some new buyers could come thinking that, okay, it's an uptrend, there is a level in the past here, we still can think of buying. But when the market is an all-time high, you see that sudden panic happen and the market breaks aggressively from the structure. And when it breaks from the structure, when you see the market has broken from the structure, right, that is where the important area, that is where you'll see the market is trending. And because if it breaks from the structure, when you see that the market is breaking from the structure, was broken from the structure, it creates a new high. Now once it come back to the new level, it prepare for another bounce back to them. That's what we will be looking here in this market. Now if you look at the 5 minutes, you can see that from this level here onward, the price is heading back to the upside here. And with this bounce in this market, with this, the price is heading back to the upside here. With that movement that we can see on gold, we could see the price to potentially break from this structure to any of this key area, key support level. And from that support, we can look for possible entry opportunity in this market. So current support level is here. This is our buy level, potential buy level. So we can mark that up here. This is a potential buy level here in that market, and with this potential buy level, expecting the market to drop down here, retest, and then to reject back again to the upside, to the major direction of the trend. I hope that guys, you're enjoying the live session. Make sure you give a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel. If you haven't done yet, press the notification bell so that you are not missing any of the content that I am posting every single day. It's pretty bullish at the moment, and waiting for the market to drop that pullback. As we have seen, there is a sharp breakout, and we may see that potential trend continuation here in this market. Okay, so now what we're looking at, that zone is slowly coming for a potential pullback here, and looking at also the 1 minute chart for a possible break of a structure that we can look for, as the market is pretty bullish, pretty volatile here. We may see that possibly breaking any of this key zone and then coming back to the price to break the important support and then to trend again to the major direction. We are looking for an entry from an important support, and that's what we are looking at here in this market, for the price to possibly drop further below and then to trend back well below this level here to this support level. Where you can see the market is breaking from this high, which is pretty sharp drop in that area, and with that breakdown, that expecting the price continue to trend here to this potential, to this support level here, where the market is heading possibly to trend to this key support level. That's what we're looking at, the market to come back here to retest and then to revert again back to the upside here in this market. What you can see, the market is breaking from the structure here, and with this break of structure, expecting to drop well below this support to trend down here. Look, guys, you can see there is a sharp break of structure here. Looking at here on the lower time frame, we can see the market has dropped to that key support level, expecting a potential breakup structure here. And from the 1 hour, if you guys look at it, you can see it's now pushing back down below. From 30 minutes as well, the market is maintaining a sharp pullback. That's what we need, that the market to come back here to this previous resistance, which is turning support here. From the 15 minutes also, you can see that important area. And you're looking at, guys, that this is the 1 hour market structure where there is a significant bullish impulse. This is our current level, that looking for possible pullback. And at 3600, as this market just has broken that 3600 level, we can expect a deeper pullback here in that area. And from that 3600 level, that we are looking for possible bullish entry opportunity in this market. That being said, here waiting for the price to drop back below to this support level with a multiple doji formation, expecting the market to come back here to this support and then to return again to the major direction of the trend. Would like to see that breakup structure before we look for any entry in this market. Okay, so we might see the local downtrend here. The market is possibly coming for a deeper pullback. And now here is a complete bounce in this market. From the 15 minutes chart, we can see that it's a sharp breakout. So if you look at the Fibonacci, that we can see the market expecting it to come back to the pullback to 38.2% Fibonacci level, which is the minimum Fibonacci retracement. And from that minimum Fibonacci level, we can look for entry if the price is showing that possibly it's getting back to the upside here in this market. Here is the lower time frame price action that's showing pretty sharp impulsive move, and that's what we are looking at in this market for the price to potentially drop down here, breaking that low to create a new lower low in this market. So with a narrower doji on the lower time frame that you can see, this is 30 minutes price action closing as a doji, and with this doji what I think the price may break this low, and with the break of this low, possible entry opportunity. So current sessions low is here at 3606. We can look for a couple of areas for possible buying opportunity in this market, where the market is maintaining that uptrending market structure in that zone. So this is where you're looking at, guys. I hope that you're enjoying the live session. Make sure you give a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel. If you haven't done yet, press the notification bell so that you're not missing any of the content that I'm posting every day. Now here is what we are looking at from the 30 minutes, that a doji formation, expecting that the market to come down here for a deeper pullback before we look for any bullish entry opportunity in this market. There's a doji, and expecting now for that movement downside here for weak fill possibly, and that's where the new trading opportunity may arise here to break that low and then to return again to the main direction of the trend. Here's the key resistance line where there is a high liquidity, and with the resistance expecting the market to possibly break that low here. And if you guys look at it, you can slowly breaking that low, and from 30 minutes with this doji, the market slowly trying to build that pressure back below. Look for potentially short-term bullish entry. We will be placing a buy limit here in that area for a short-term bounce here. This is because the market already overextended. We will not be taking the bigger move. We will be taking a potentially shorter move here. So it's gonna be a buy limit. If the market drops only, we will be entering into the trade. So buy limit placing at 3606.02. And also I'm going to explain the full strategy. Stop loss at 3601.65 and TP target here at 3611.43. So we are looking at here buy limit in that area on XAU USD. So placing here around in this trade 43 to 44 pip stop loss, very tight stop loss, and expecting the market to break that structure and then revert back again. And this as you can see, this is the 1 hour candle close, expecting the market to break the low. Now if before the trade triggers, if the market goes to the profit target, we will be closing the pending order. So the condition here is that if the trade triggers before it goes to the TP, then we will be looking, or we will be closing the pending order in that area. So place the pending order here, buy limit at this level, and looking for an entry after just a 1 minute short break coming back. So there is some kind of a drop here that you can see, a deeper drop that coming up in this area. And so we are looking for a potential entry. So if you guys look at, you can see 30 minutes price action, there is a doji, expecting that the market to drop back here for potential entry, and then to revert again back to the upside in that area. Here is an important support level that you can see, and that's where looking for possible entry, expecting the market to test that low and then to revert again back to the upside here in this market. Anytime the market is coming to test the support, we will be looking for a possible bullish entry here in this market. Coming for another retest here, expecting a test and then rejection back again to the upside here in this market. So this is our current level that we are looking at in this market for a possible entry. We place the buy limit here 3606.02, stop loss at 3601.65, TP target 3611.43, expecting the market to possibly come back here to retest and then to potentially reject back again to the upside here to create a new higher high. With a doji formation, the market is trying to again push back here from the 15 minutes. So you can see the price tested the lower shadow, trying to push back again to the upside here. We're looking for a possible entry in this market. Guys, expecting that the market to break that low here for a possible entry from the 30 minutes chart. And if the price break that low, we will be on the trade, and that's where we want to enter a position for a short-term move back to the upside for a quick gain, because the market is currently, we have seen there's significant bounce, and if the price break below here, it may not drop a lot. We might see a retest and then rejecting back again to the upside. Now if the market is not breaking that low here, we might see the price to continue to price back again to the upside here in this market. Here is the market showing that push for the resistance level, expecting the market to trend back below here. So we see the market didn't break that low from that support. It's started to bounce back to the upside here. So as it is progressing to the upside here in this market from this support level, we can see the price slowly building that pressure back to the upside in this lower time frame, where creating a series of higher low in that area. And the price slowly building the pressure back to the upside here in this area. As the price is breaking to the upside in this market from the lower time frame, we could see that the price potentially breaking the high, and that's where you see the price slowly potentially here not being able to break the low. So our pending order got expired, and we will be looking for new pending order to be placed. So I close the pending order here. So I've closed the pending order, it got expired, and waiting for the new entry opportunity. We didn't enter, that's completely fine. We have another still quite a while to go. The market is showing a stronger bullish trend. We'll be waiting for proper entry opportunity. As soon as we find that, trading is probability. We have to always wait for the best entry. So that being said, guys, we have started another trading week. Looking forward to see bigger week this week as well. as we are looking to just scale up the same strategy. And that's a big week coming as after the NFP. Are you guys ready for this one? Coming up, another session in just a matter of 3.5 hours. We'll be on live trading together again. Until that, stay well, stay happy. We'll see you there again on the other side. Another